Naibunga Upper Conservancy in Laikipia County is under threat from the thorny opuntia plant. The plant, commonly known as the prickly pear or pear cactus, is fast spreading in the conservancy and replacing grass that is the main source of feed for livestock belonging to the pastoralist communities in the area. A tiny sap-sucking insect may just be the only hope of saving this region's livelihood. Our reporter Yusufara spent time at the Naibunga Upper Conservancy and brings us the following story about this unique natural weapon against the invasive plant.
Laikipia County's Naibunga Upper Conservancy, a region densely populated by pastoralists with livestock being their main source of livelihood. Their livelihood is, however, under threat from a thorny invasive enemy, the opuntia plant. Up close, this plant seems more of an aesthetic, and one wouldn't imagine the havoc this plant introduced by the British in the pre-colonial period, as fences for their land and overall beauty is causing in this region.
When this opuntia came in, it totally now took over grazing fields. It colonized the grasslands. It inhibited growth of grasses that used to be there, the perennial grasses, and also the other adaptable grasses. So you found that the livestock didn't have anything else to feed on other than this opuntia. And yes, this opuntia is nutritive, but now it had other adverse effects to this livestock. You found out that it has caused mouth sores and also throats. And with time now, it has also clogged the intestines. And when the intestines are clogged, this livestock become emaciated and eventually die.
Where grass once grew, opuntia has replaced it, and livestock here fall prey to its beauty and the juicy fruit it has as a replacement for the grass. This is, however, doing more harm than good.
We have lost a lot of stocks onto opuntia. You cannot sell them because their value is very low. You cannot sell them. You cannot even market them outside. So many people have become poor, such that they cannot even take their children to school. They just loiter around. They cannot even afford their daily meals because of this plant.
Inakaa kama chakula kwa muda, alafu inaenda ikimudhuru mpaka nakufa. Haisi kuwa ati inasaidia yeye kabisa. Kama siku 3-4 imepita, iko zingine 2 imekufa. Haya pande nyingine kuna ng'ombe imekufa. Sasa ng'ombe najua inaanguka haraka sababu ya njaa na hiyo kitu kuumiza. Kwa hivyo hawezi kumaliza siku 4 bila ng'ombe kukufa.
Northern Rangelands Trust sought a solution to prevent the spread of this invasive plant and was introduced to the cochineal insect, which was first used in South Africa. And in partnership with the community conservancy here, 6 greenhouses were established in this region.
So the white cotton candy-like thing is what they produce as a protective substance around them. So what the cochineal does is it sucks the sap from these fleshy leaves. These are fresh leaf, and as you can see, it just has very small manifestation of the cochineal. So what it does is it sucks the sap from the leaf, and with time it withers. So this leaf has already been infected. Like you can see, the purplish stuff is the cochineal after it has fed on it.
Among others, elephants have been identified as super spreaders of the plant during their feeding and movement, and this has become a hindrance to the success of the efforts to rid this region of the prickly bear.
Ikaanza kuwa na wanyama kama ndugu wanaingia huko ndani wanakula, sasa wakatawanya spread mali yote.
Other plants are not doing well because they observe a lot of water, so it dominates places, and it also can grow anywhere. We have blind animals back at home. You can see some of the goats that are totally blind, cows, and also some that cannot graze due to the affection of the lips and also the tongues. They just, you can see their mouths cannot move, they cannot graze anymore.
Despite these challenges, the women of this conservancy, who are paid by Northern Rangelands Trust, visit this greenhouse every 2 weeks to take freshly infested opuntia, which is coated with a cotton candy-like substance. The infected ones are placed at the base of the healthy cacti, and wind transfers the flightless insects to adjacent plants to allow fresh infestation. The sap-sucking insect feeds on the plant to its complete decomposition.
When now the virus consumes the sap, the plants become like this. It dries totally and it dies. And now when it now dies, it just spreads on the ground by itself, having no any other much effects to livestock and human beings.
It is working very nicely, especially in dry season. Like you visit some places like just the 40 acres of Twala, we actually eradicated completely because we can cut and also dig to get the roots, and then we place in one place, and then we take the cochineal and put on top of it, and it completely dry off.
Women involvement in this project has been a game changer for us because it's been very easy to involve women in this process. One, because they were readily available and they're also passionate about this project. And when these livestock come back home in the evening, it's the women's time that are taken when they're removing the clotches from the eyes, the cloud dots from the mouth and all that.
The Conservancy gets its support from the Trust but is calling on more donors to come to their aid and assist them in this battle to save their livestock and livelihoods.
The women in this Conservancy are committed to reclaiming back their land in hopes that where the Opuntia plant grows today, the grass for their livestock will grow in the future days. Isufar reporting for KBC Channel 1 from the Naibunga Conservancy, Laikipia County.